Good morning, guys. Welcome back to an edition of Vintage Story, which I am going to call a tribute to Saraty. And to start with, let's just say thank you, Tyron, for these beautiful world generation and this beautiful, beautiful way in which this world becomes morning. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love my balconies. I love standing out here, watching the dawn, watching the light come across the land. It's absolutely stunning. But I am in, oh, look at these shadows. Let's go and have a look at the other side, which looks a lot better since I replaced my wall with fence. That looks so much better, guys. Look at that. Doesn't that look absolutely stunning? Look at the early morning light. Goodness, and the beautiful blue sky. All the pollen floating in the atmosphere. Really fantastic. But I've been building something a bit special. I love gardening and I love flowers. So I have decided to build a greenhouse. And this is the beginning of my greenhouse. I'm using maple planks because they're a greenish wood. Now, normally in the UK, you'd find a dark cedar or something on greenhouses or aged wood. But this is the best I can do. And I'm utilizing the planters. I'm not going to shut that door. And glass, clear glass, to build an English greenhouse. Now, why is this called a tribute to Saraty? For a start, just look at it. It's beautiful, but I found out that the different flowers look different in the different ways you plant them. The forget-me-not in the ground looks minute. Put it in a planter, 4 of them come up much bigger, and 1, which is much bigger than the normal one, in one of these little planters. Now, the implications for this, guys, are enormous, and it's even more obvious on something like the catmint. Because look at this, you've got the bottom. Now, I don't know whether they just take the top of the catmint, but it sure as heck looks beautiful. But that top does not look the same as the bottom. It's much more dense. They haven't just taken one thing, I don't think. And then look at this as the individual planter. So the implication to me is that Saraty has made one set of pixel art for these beautiful, beautiful daisies that grow wild, a second set for how they look in a big planter, and a third set, isn't that exquisite, for how they look in a little planter. She must just have taken a quarter of that and moved it into it. But we get 3 different looks. The Edelweiss, look at this. Wild, big planter, little planter. The dwarf firs, same thing. I think the planters she may have copied 1/4, but they do look different from how they grow wild. Orange mallow and cow parsley. Isn't that absolutely fantastic? So I am building a glass house, a greenhouse we would call it in England. Now, obviously, I'm not sure how many. There's a couple of flowers I don't have. In fact, there's 3 flowers I don't have. I don't have horsetail, California poppy, and there's one other I'm missing. I've forgotten. So this is going to extend. And I know that Saraty has been designing lupins. I'm hoping she will add those. Now, it gets better, guys. And I want to say a huge thank you to Sarah Finn and Six Hitter, who gave me the most incredible ideas and kicked me off on this trail. It's not often the things people write that kick you off on something. It's often various things that they say that give you great ideas. And those 2 commented on my last video. I've stuck the cow's head over the mantelpiece. We've now got a fireplace down here, which I need because I've been building planters. Look at this, guys. Bamboo being used as a flooring for the first time. But what absolutely shocked me was I decided to try the tree saplings. And I thought you'd get the sort of little lollipop thing you get. No, no, no. Look at the maple. Look at the pine. Look at the oak. And look how gorgeous they look. The pine is an absolute triumph in the single planter. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And this is why I've been searching for birch. I needed it for my planter, acacia and kapok, and they all look slightly different. The kapok looks a bit like a palm tree. We don't have kapok trees in England, so I'm unfamiliar with them. We don't have acacia either, but I've seen those in Kew Gardens. So we have the acacia trees. Birch we have loads of. They're all different, just subtly different. So, so pretty. And I've got the red fly agaric mushrooms there and here. And I think that they grow larger. I don't want to plant the plants up, but I might put some, in fact I could do that now. What I might do is just put a bit of soil there and see how they look against, is that low fertility? Hang on. It's all low fertility soil. Let's go and get some proper one and let's see whether this fly agaric looks any different. Not that I'm enthusiastic, but guys, I just can't get over the absolutely stunning quality of the pixel art that I've picked up in this game. Absolutely beautiful. Excuse me. I tell you, wonder is doing wonders for my coughing. Now I do need a better way down than just going down this all the time. This is going to move. I have decided that that's going to look at this lantern. I found out they hang from the ceiling. They look gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Where's that soil? Okay, and let's put this down here. And let's see whether there's a difference here. The trees I don't want to plant. I don't think that's going to be, I don't want them to come full size, and I don't want the pom-poms. But look at that. Oh, I can't put it down. I'd forgotten. That's why I put it in a planter. You can't yet plant the mushrooms on soil. Aha. Okay, let's jump down. Now, what's going to be down here? And this is where Six Hitter, who I assume must be an Englishman who hits sixes at cricket, that's what I've assumed. This is actually going to be the compost area, because in Victorian times the guys used to use chimney breasts and fireplaces at the back of the greenhouses to heat them, and they would build a huge wall and it would be hollow, and they'd had fireplaces on the other side, and it would keep all their very delicate plants and peaches warm. And I'm going to do the same here, but obviously it's not a wall of warmth. I'm going to move the compost area out of here, because this is becoming a work area, and I'm going to put it underneath my greenhouses so that it will keep them warm if winter comes. So this is my very exciting project. But guys, when I put one of those pom-poms in a planter and found this, oh my goodness. And these, if you look so closely, these actually look like oak leaves. The pine is fantastic, absolutely beautiful. So you can imagine how thrilled I was when I put the first one in and thought, wow. And this all started because I was trying to plant mushrooms in something, honestly. So now I've got to go roving, and you've seen my search for birch. I've now got to go roving to find white mushrooms and brown mushrooms. Horsetail, Californian poppies will be in a desert, but I just wanted to say that, you know, apart from the fact that this thing is driving me crazy, because this, I've talked to Tyron about it, and I'm only getting one piece of glass for 4 quarts, but apparently you're meant to get 2, so I'm not going any further. I have been, as you know, collecting every piece of quartz I can find. And the other thing is, the big disappointment is bamboo, because bamboo does not go in these planters. And I just want to say, guys, that I think bamboo should go in a planter. I want to put bamboo in a planter, but I'm clicking. You can see my shadow, but it won't go. So the one thing you can't plant in a planter is bamboo. But I am saving my bamboo saplings, these two, and they're carefully tucked away in my sort of greenhouse box. Let's put those in there as well. You never know what will come up in the future. So guys, don't you think that this is what makes you absolutely fall in love with this beautiful, beautiful game? Absolutely gorgeous. So this entire recording is a tribute to Saraty. And Saraty, thank you so much. It's going to look fantastic when this is a proper greenhouse. And underneath, of course, we English, where we grow trees like this, we used to grow orange trees and lemon trees in the winter. And we used to grow them indoors, and they would actually not be in a glass house. They would be in a house like this, but obviously with glass panels round, and it's an orangery. So guys, this is going to be spread out and will become an orangery underneath a glass house with a hypercaust underneath to warm it all up in winter. Don't say that I'm not enjoying this game and the hours I have spent doing this, because I tell you guys, to get all this together has been quite something, but wonderfully enjoyable. So guys, and Saraty in particular, thank you so much. Bye bye.